Welcome to the Success Sensei Podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 117. What to do when you don't know what to do. So before I get started on this, I have a little bit of a different mic setup, so I'm giving it a go. Hopefully I won't be as shouty in this episode as other ones I may have been, because I had it a little bit further away. So I'm trying this one. If you like it, if you prefer previous episodes, do let me know. Obviously I value all your feedback. Now to this episode, what to do when you don't know what to do. I have seen many people, myself included, suffer when they're indecisive. They don't know the proper decision to be made, and they're frozen in activity, inaction, and not being able to move forward. I've seen people struggle with it for short periods of time, not knowing what to do, and I've seen people struggling with it for long periods of time. By the way, we could be talking about small problems, medium problems, or large problems. If you've got a large problem that you don't know what to do, the best thing is immediately seek help. If it's a large problem, immediately seek help from somebody, especially if there's the proper bodies or associations or proper people in positions to be able to help you. Immediately seek them out. We're not so much talking about the really large situation. We're talking about more of the small and medium problems. And the reason why they're big problems is because you know they're small and medium problems. You can be lazier in your approach, and you can really delay, basically procrastination. Small and medium problems, they don't have to be dealt with straight away, so you can procrastinate to high heaven and never get around to doing them, and not being able to decide what it is you want. So what to do when you don't know what to do. I'm going to give you the most obvious. Do not turn this off now when I say it, because I promise I'll give you better advice after this one. But basically what you have to do is think. You've heard the expression before, I don't have time to think. When you don't have time to think properly, you feel like you're not in control of your life. You feel like, your life's path is out of whack. You're not going anywhere. You're just floating with the wind. And while that suits certain personality types, it doesn't suit goal achieving personality types. It doesn't suit people who are dissatisfied with their current position and want more. It doesn't suit anybody really that's striving for success. So you actually need to have productive thinking time. So to know what to do when you don't know what to do, you need to think. I know that's the most obvious thing I've said so far in any of my podcasts, but let's get into it a little bit. The first thing you have to do is eliminate distractions. There's so much distraction in all of our lives. Yes, I'm talking about your phone. Yes, I'm talking about social media. Yes, I'm talking about magazines. Yes, I'm talking about television, Netflix, YouTube, general waffle and gossip conversation. I'm sure I'm missing out on loads, but all of these things add up. When you pick up your phone and the first button you press is either Instagram or Facebook, and next thing you're sucked in, and you had picked up your phone to do something else more important. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're not thinking. You're not able to think. So you need to eliminate distractions. Don't be afraid to use pen and paper. The old-fashioned pros and cons exercise is an absolutely super problem-solving exercise. Writing down all the reasons why you should do something, all the reasons why you shouldn't do something, or use a mind map system where you kind of randomly draw the things that are in your mind if you don't even have a particular goal. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully that's not the coronavirus. I shouldn't even joke about things like that, because it's hard to know with everything that's going on. Is it blown out of proportion? Is it blown out of under proportion or over proportion? It's hard to flip and know at this stage. Anyway, right, if that's a podcast for another day. So yeah, eliminate distraction, use paper. So pros and cons, even if you don't know what to do, a mind map will help. Let the pen draw pictures, draw words, write imagery, whatever to help you decide. It's amazing how your mind can think on paper. It's called a mind map. I've only very briefly summarized it there, but I mean, if it's something that interests you, it can very much help with your process of figuring out what to do when you don't know what to do. Walk outdoors. Go outside, walk around a park, a forest. I definitely believe in nature therapy. Go out somewhere that you enjoy. The beach, of course, water, river, lake. That will help you clear your mind. It's amazing that when you're not trying so hard as sometimes when you get the answers to the questions, or you even figure out the right questions in the first place. Have a bath. A shower. So why is it when you're in the shower or in the bath or even using the toilet sometimes that you have your best ideas, and if you don't jot them down you can forget them? So have a bath, do what you have to do to get to the proper Some people find meditation, which is my next point, hard, so it might be a little bit easier if you're in your bath, and absolutely fire away, get the candles going, get the aromatherapy or whatever way you do it. And the same with the shower. Sometimes a shower in the morning, you're singing away, you're whistling away, and you don't even realize that you do these things. You don't even consider yourself a singer or a whistler. And when you're in the shower, your mind just goes to a different place. It's also a great place to solve certain questions or to even figure out questions. Just let your mind wander. Don't force it too much. So meditate was the next one. A lot of people struggle with meditation because they think it has some kind of religious connotations, but it doesn't have to be. It's literally just sitting in a silent, quiet place and closing your eyes and thinking. So focus on what it is that you want. Basically try to get the question first. If you don't even know the question, it's going to be hard to get the answer. So even just focus on what is the right question. What is the right question for you? What to do when you don't know what to do? What are you referring to? And if it's about life, if it's about career, you don't know what to do regarding career, you don't know, just see what way. Try different roles in your mind. That's the power of meditation. You can attempt to walk in other people's shoes in that moment in time. I don't want to go too deeply into meditation, but it is whatever you want it to be, and you can go as far into it as you want, or as shallow into it as you want, as long as it fulfills the task of helping you to figure out what to do when you don't know what to do. Obviously, talk to others is always a big one. Talk to others. What I would say about this, I see a lot on Facebook, social media about, if you have a problem, talk to others, talk. It's good to talk to people. Make sure you say it, talk. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a different stance on it, and I'm going to say beware of who you talk to. You can't take advice from absolutely everybody. Some people will give you advice and it won't be genuine advice for you. It might be what suits them. So beware of who you talk to. It's not just good to offload onto somebody, that maybe that doesn't have the experience to give you the advice that you need. So beware of who you talk to. Also, maybe slightly controversial, all this talk to people, make sure you talk and make sure you express yourself and make sure you get, if you're feeling low or you're feeling bad, talk to others. Who were these people that we're all supposed to talk to? Because anytime I've had situations in the past where I wanted to talk to people, the very people that are saying that, talk to people, none of them want to hear. None of them, they just categorize of what you're saying as moaning, so they don't want to hear it anyway. So it can be very hard, thinking that there's endless amounts of people that you can actually talk to, and that's part of the problem. There actually isn't. The ones that are qualified to talk to you are fairly busy. And in your everyday life, there's not an abundant amount of people that, you can open up to. So be very selective in who you're choosing. Obviously, it's easier to go with, loved ones or very close friends. Or in certain cases, if it's a very personal nature, seeking out a professional who's not emotionally involved in your life to be able to talk to. But you'll probably have to seek them out. You can't just randomly talk to whoever and offload on them. Ultimately, you want to get to the stage where, all great people, all strong figures in history had really good advisors, but they were able to keep their own counsel. So what I'm trying to say by that is you don't have to open up and talk to people every single day and run to people with any slight or any discomfort in your life or any error or any difficulty on a regular basis, because it will just be misconstrued as moaning. You want to be able to think for yourself. I always reckon, as controversial as it might sound, eventually you want to get to the position where you don't feel you need to have to talk to people, that your problems don't feel so insurmountable that you can't deal with them yourself. So that's a positive. I'm not saying don't talk to others if you have a problem. I'm trying to say that, hopefully you become so strong that these problems that might have seemed insurmountable in the past are well within your ability to be able to handle them. By all means, absolutely seek help where necessary, but you don't want to be trying to seek help every day or every week, and you don't want to be getting to the position where you feel mentally overwhelmed and your mental health is at risk. It would be nice to feel that you had the control and the inner strength to be able to deal with, and that comes with time. It comes through, unfortunately, it probably comes through many past negative experiences and giving you the confidence to know you can get through everything, and giving you the life experience of being able to deal with it. So hopefully that helps you a little bit with that one. But beware. I always like to make my decision and know exactly what I want before I seek advice. It's kind of like going to a salesman and saying, I want television. Sell me a television. They will sell you whatever television they want. It's so much better if you've done your research and you know exactly what you want. And then you can tell them, this is the television I want, this size, this make, this model, this whatever the hell spec. And then you get exactly, and then they can steer you, but you already are armed. Exactly, so they can't steer you totally off path. And it's exactly the same for life advice. I kind of want to know within myself the decision have a rough idea of which way I want to go before I'll kind of listen to that advice. And as I said, beware of who you take advice from. What to do when you don't know what to do? Remember now, something is better than nothing in the majority of cases. All right, okay, it's not true in 100% of the time, but in a very high percentage of the time it is true. Something is better than nothing. Being indecisive in business, being indecisive in war, can get you absolutely massacred. In life as well, it can really make you feel very low about yourself if you're totally indecisive, and worse off, it's not that you know what to do, it's that you genuinely don't know what to do. You just feel like I don't know, you feel like you're in a sandpit and you're going absolutely nowhere. You feel out of control of your life. And a lot of people, especially goal orientated people, they base their self-worth on achievements, on going in certain directions, and that's what makes a lot of people feel alive. I know for me personally, when I'm doing things, when I have large projects, when it was fighting, that was definitely a major part of it, our business. When I feel I'm going in a certain direction is probably when I do feel my most alive. So to think that you're there for a long period of time genuinely not knowing what to do, not knowing what you want to do, not knowing what you want to be, not knowing who you are, all of these things, they would be absolutely crushing. So you have to take the time to figure them out. You have to think, as obvious as it sounds, you have to eliminate the distractions. You have to use your pen and paper, write the pros and cons. You have to go for a walk outdoors, the nature therapy that we talked about, to get yourself in the right headspace. You have to have a bath or a shower to get yourself in the right headspace. Meditate, make the meditation whatever way you want to do to get yourself into the right headspace. Talk to others. Be careful who you talk to. Make sure that they're people that have already achieved what you want to achieve. They're not people that are just going to knock you down or give you ulterior motives because it doesn't suit their agenda. So be careful with that one. And something is better than nothing. A little bit of action can help you towards the actual thing. It can help you discover, you might discover what you don't want and then ultimately get closer to what you do want. Hopefully that has helped you. This is the first part of a two-parter, so That was what to do when you don't know what to do. And next week we're going to talk about what to do when you do know what to do. Again, another dilemma. It's another dilemma. A different one. Sounds similar, but it's actually different. What to do when you do know what to do. So make sure you tune in and have a listen to that one. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.